Welcome to an overview of EquiSoft's Wealth Elements for individual advisors. Once you've logged into Wealth Elements, you'll be presented with the home page. This is where you load your clients. You can load an existing client from one of your most recent sessions. You can look at the advanced search list to select from an entire list of clients, or you can create a new client. In this demo, we'll be using one of our most recent sessions. What we'll be having a look at in this demo is the Asset Allocation Analysis module with its 4 simple steps, the Client Information module, which gives you information about the client, their accounts, their cash flows, and their net worth, the Financial Planning module, which contains the calculators for retirement planning and education planning, the Insurance Planning module, which utilizes the income replacement method, and then we'll have a quick look at the reports. We'll begin by looking at the Asset Allocation Analysis module and the 4 steps. The first step is the current portfolio. This is where you enter and view the client's accounts. They can be in holdings or they can be in asset mix positions. The top section shows you all of the accounts. The middle section shows you the asset mix. And the bottom section shows you the total of the holdings. To edit or add assets to an account, you must first select the account. The page will now display the details of this account on the page. You can now edit the positions of this account, or you can add or modify existing positions using the Quick Add here, where you type in 3 or more characters of an asset code or description, or using the Advanced Search, which allows you to do detailed asset searches. In this bottom section, you can also see the asset details of a specific asset or delete the asset. There are icons available in the top right corner of every page. 2 important ones to note are the Help On page, listing information about the functionality for each page, and the Options, listing the options available for that specific page. Step 2, the Investor Profile, allows you to go through a questionnaire and determine your client's investor profile. On the top of the page, there are optional tabs. These tabs allow you to have a look at the efficient frontier and the proposed asset mix, and if necessary make adjustments, and to look at asset mix statistics. In Step 3, Build Portfolio, we select a solution. This can be a predefined portfolio that you've created using the user-defined portfolios, or you can start from a custom solution, meaning from the current portfolio holdings or an empty portfolio. Next, we look at the Customize Portfolio page, where we can see the results of our customization. Once again, the system shows all accounts, and to make modifications or view the specific holdings of one account, you must select an account. We can now see how close this account is to its target, which was set in the number 2 step, and we can make modifications if we require them. As in the current portfolio, we now have access to the search engines, the Quick Search, and the Advanced Search tool. The Action Plan page shows you a list of all the transactions necessary. Step 4, Review Portfolio, allows you to review the statistics on the assets in the portfolios. They are on 2 levels: Portfolio Statistics and Holding Statistics. These are the portfolio statistics available, and these are the holding statistics currently available. Here's an example of historical performance from a portfolio statistic. In the lower section, you can adjust the options such as the dates, start amount, what portfolios to include, and if you wish to have additional indexes. Now we'll have a look at the Client Information module. This module has 4 tabs. The first one, Client, shows you information about your client, contact information, and family information. The second tab, the Accounts tab, shows your client's net worth summary. It also shows an asset and liability summary, as well as details of the actual assets and liabilities. Here in the Asset Details section, you'll see all the different kinds of accounts and assets. These can include registered, non-registered accounts, and non-investment type accounts. Please note that only the investment accounts, such as registered and non-registered accounts, will appear in the Asset Allocation Analysis module. The third tab, Cash Flow, shows you current cash flow summary. Further down the page, you can see all the cash flows listed. These will include employment income, gross retirement income, and current expenses such as car payments, if there are any. Please note that the cash flows are not used in the Asset Allocation Analysis module and are only used for the projections. The fourth tab is the Sessions tab. Here you can access different sessions for this client. You can also copy sessions, create sessions, or delete sessions. Now we'll have a look at the Financial Planning module. The first one we'll look at is the Retirement Needs Analysis. Here we have 3 tabs. The first tab, Assumptions, is where you enter all the relevant information for your projection. Much of this information is taken from the Client Information tab if you've already entered it there. In the lower part of the income section for each investor, you define the retirement income needs. You can set many of these parameters yourself, such as the tax rate, or have the system calculate it for you, the percentage required in retirement, or even the net retirement needs. On the second tab, Current Investments, you define what accounts to include in your projection. Simply add or remove an account by adding or removing the check mark. You can also edit these accounts or add new ones. The third tab is the Results tab. Here you see the results of your projection. You have the current plan. Beneath that you have the alternate scenario, where you can make changes and propose amendments to the current plan. And below that you have tables with a year-by-year breakdown of the projection results. Next, we'll have a look at the Education Needs Analysis Calculator. Again, there are 3 tabs. The first is the Worksheet tab, where general information and assumptions is entered. The top section is for general family information, information about grants and tax benefits, and the middle section is for the child, years of post-secondary study required, yearly tuition, residence, cost of books, etc. The Current Investment tab is similar to the one that we saw in the Retirement. However, in this one you're required to associate a child with the account. The third tab, Results, shows us the results of our projection. Here we can see that we are not on target. Below this section we have the alternate scenario, where we can make modifications, and below that we have the tables with the yearly numbers. Next, we'll have a look at the Insurance Planning module. The Insurance Needs Calculator uses an income replacement method to determine the amount of life insurance needed. In the top section, we enter the assumptions, such as date of birth, tax rates, retirement age, yearly income increase or inflation, and expected rates of return. We have the income sections, which will automatically pick up from the retirement calculator if any information was entered there. And on the lower section we have room to enter things such as additional one-time expenses, funeral-related expenses, liabilities, which automatically pick up from our client information section, special requests, available assets, and existing insurance coverage. On the Results tab, we see how much insurance would be required, and the disbursement year by year on the table below. Lastly, we're going to have a look at the Reports module. This page is divided into numerous sections. The top section, Report Information, lets you review the information about your client that will appear on the report. The second section, Prepared By, lets you review the information about you that will appear on the report. These sections can be edited using the Edit button on the far right. In the lower part of the page, on the Report Page selection, you can choose as many or as few options as you wish. Simply add or remove the check mark by clicking in the box. Each level controls the sublevels. Once you've made all your selections, click on the Create PDF button located on the bottom of the page. While the report is generating, you will see the processing percentage change under the status. Once the report is generated, a link will appear under the Generate a Report section. Click on this link to view your report. This concludes our overview of Wealth Elements.